Do adding like terms. What we have to do is put all the different pieces together that match. So let's go ahead first and distribute. Okay, so it'd be a times 4, so that would be 4a. When you're putting a letter and a number together, all you have to do is smash them together. And then a times negative a, that would be negative a. And then you count how many a's there are, and that would be to the second power. And then minus 5 times a, which would be minus 5a. And then minus 5 times positive 7, which would be negative 35. Okay, and then we put like terms together. This would be all by itself. We got 4a and negative 5a, and then negative 35 all by itself. So it would be negative a to the second. Put these two together and it would be negative 1a, or negative a. And then we'd have negative 35. See what our answers are. Nope, it wouldn't be 2a. That would be out. Negative 2a would be out. Negative a to the second minus a minus 35. Looks like C is our answer. Okay, the next one, I call this a stacking method. I use a stacking method on this. And I go 0.1x to the second plus 3x plus 80. Okay, and then I take this negative 5x to the second, I put it underneath that one, and then negative 2x minus 2x, because that's 2 x's, and then plus 60. Okay, so now I have 0.6x to the second. Now, if you notice, you don't add these up because this is just a label. And x to the second would be like an apple. If we say, 0.1 apples, and then these would be like oranges. And these would be like bananas. Okay, so we got 0.6 apples, and then we have plus 1x oranges, right? And plus 140. You add those up. So don't count the x's when you're adding. You only count the x's when you're multiplying. Okay. Plus sign here and a plus sign there. We put a plus there. Okay, so now what we have, we have another worksheet on this. If you want more practice with the stacking method of adding and subtracting, we have a video on that and a whole worksheet that we can work. Okay, so your answer, 0.6x to the second plus 1x, or x is the same thing, and then 140. So our answer would be right here. Okay. And then absolute value. Absolute value, you got to calculate what's inside the absolute value, which is that mark right there. And then whatever's inside the mark, you got to make it a positive number. Whether it's a negative number or a positive number in here, it's going to be an outside positive number. So 3 minus x would be 3 minus 8. Okay, so then that would give us absolute value negative 5 in the absolute value. But when you do absolute value, that negative 5 turns into 5. Okay, now if it was a positive 5, it wouldn't turn into a negative 5. It would just stay a positive 5. Absolute value means completely positive. Okay, so that one answer would be that. Let's try the next one. You got to do PEMDAS. So you got to do multiplication. So that'd be negative 6 plus 4 in absolute value. Then what we got to do is work out what's inside. So it'd be negative 6 plus 4. That'd be a negative 2 inside the absolute value. But anything negative in the absolute value turns into a positive. So that would be this answer right here. And then our other example would be a negative 6, and the absolute value would turn into a 6. We have a minus because that's outside the absolute value. And then 7 minus 41, that would be a negative 34, but then it would turn into just 34. But that negative is outside of that. So now we got 6 minus 34, that would be a negative 28. And it would be this one right here. Okay, and if you need another worksheet on absolute value, ask Miss Martin and I have another worksheet that you can work on that.